You mentioned measuring water's voltage. How do you do that?
We do that by exploiting what's called the exclusion zone, which is a very interesting phenomenon in water, where discovery by Gerald Pollack from the University of Washington. I think it was 2005, so it's fairly recent. But he discovered that when water comes in contact with light, primarily visible and infrared light, and some hydrophilic surface, there's thousands of layers of H₃O that transforms to H₃O₂. They turn into single atom thick layers of H₃O₂, which form a web. That basically, it forms a mesh or a web all along the hydrophilic surface. That H₃O₂ area excludes all particles, all solutes, everything. All you have in there is hydrogen and oxygen. It's about a half a millimeter thick. That's 500 microns. So it's a decent amount of area where I can actually stick an electrode. So that H₃O₂ area always carries a negative charge, and the amorphous H₂O, where it's considered the bulk water, it has everything else in it, the unfiltered water, that's a positive charge. So an electrode in the H₃O₂ area and another electrode in the H₂O, and that's how you measure the voltage. We typically can double the voltage. I think, on average, if I take control water, or let's just say water right out of the faucet, we're going to get around 100 to 150 millivolts. If I vitalize it, I've gotten, I think, as high as 350 millivolts to this point. So it's a substantial increase in electrical potential, which does great things for crops and your body.
Can you talk about the progression through your findings of vitalizing water, where you've gone, where you've started, and where you've come to now?
Yeah, so we've gone through three generations or three versions of these vitalizers. The first one, we got, I think, about 40% increase in voltage, and we saw a corresponding increase in biomass in the plants that we were growing. There seemed to be a correlation, a direct correlation between voltage and biomass. The next generation, a little more sophisticated, version 2 of the vitalizer, we got around 80% increased voltage, and actually, now that I think of it, approximately 80 or 90% increase in biomass as well. The current version, we're more than doubling water's voltage, and conversely, we're also more than doubling biomass on average. All the plants that we're growing, some like lettuce, for example, shows a little bit under 100%. Others like radish, what else was big? Squash, beans, they were a huge increase, 150%. So on average, everything is approximately doubled, the voltage as well as the biomass. And also, I don't want to not forget nutrient density. This not only does this create larger, faster growing crops, but they also contain higher levels of nutrition. We've had several nutrition analysis tests done, and so it's been consistent. The higher the voltage, the greater the biomass, the greater the nutrient density.